Good day, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Hortgro's online research showcase. My name is Dippenaar, and today I will be presenting our research titled Determining Forelle Pre-Harvest Mealiness Cavity Development Stage and Exploring Prevention Techniques. This brings us to the big question: why Forelle? Forelle is a late-season pear cultivar favored for its distinctive red blush, sweet taste, and juiciness. Furthermore, Forelle makes up 26% of the total pear area under cultivation in South Africa, making it the second most important pear cultivar and the most important blush cultivar. Like all pome fruit, Forelle is a climacteric fruit and therefore continues to produce ethylene after harvest and thus continues to ripen. To ensure optimal fruit utilization, Forelle must be harvested at the optimum stage of maturity, which in its case is a firmness of 6.8 to 6.3 kilograms and a TSS of 13.5%. When picked too early, Forelle can develop an astringent taste, but when picked too late and subjected to insufficient cold storage, they are prone to develop a textural disorder called mealiness. To address this problem, the industry has prescribed a mandatory cold storage period of 12 weeks at -0.5 degrees Celsius for all export and locally marketed pears. This study explored the effect of shade nets on Forelle blush color development and texture after ripening. The photoselective netting concept was studied using different colored shade nets with different relative shading capacities, as well as shade tops representative of complete shading, whereas exposure to full sunlight was used as the control. This trial was conducted on the Oak Valley Farm in Elgin-Grabouw in the Western Cape region of South Africa over the 2018-2019 season. These treatments were applied in the first week of December 2018 and remained up until harvest, which was at the end of February 2019. Results from the study clearly indicate that the severity of shading during the season had a highly significant effect on blush color, thus highlighting the importance of irradiance in blush color development. Irrespective of ripening time, the control fruit had the greatest blush coverage, whereas 20% white netted fruit was the only shade net treatment with a somewhat acceptable blush development. Mealiness development was also clearly influenced by ripening time and thus a reduction in firmness. No mealiness occurred at harvest or after 0 and 4 days of ripening, since all pears had a firmness above 4 kilograms. However, based on significant differences in fruit firmness, it's clear that the treatments were ripening at different rates. After 7 days, control fruit had no mealiness, whereas mealiness occurred in all other treatments. This is, however, contradictory to previous research, as well as the previous season's findings, where an increased mealiness incidence was associated with outer canopy Forelle pear fruit. After 11 days, all treatments had a firmness below 2 kilograms, with near complete, if not complete, mealiness. When considering light and temperature measurements taken 2 weeks before harvest, fruit surface temperature seems to be linked to irradiance. Control fruit had the highest irradiance exposure and fruit surface temperature, whereas 20% white netted fruit were 4 degrees Celsius cooler with almost half of the irradiance exposure. All black netted treatments, as well as the shade top treatment, had fruit surface temperatures between 41 and 42 degrees Celsius and did not significantly differ from one another. Irradiance could therefore contribute to a rise in temperature. However, shading does not take away the surrounding air temperature's effect on fruit surface temperature, resulting in temperatures above 40 degrees Celsius. Furthermore, shading treatments may also limit air fruit, which may hamper the effect of cooling. Based on Dr. Skuman's computed tomography results, there seems to be an interaction between exposure to irradiance and porosity, where increased levels of shading resulted in decreased porosity. To conclude, treatments more severe in shading showed a highly significant decreased blush color, thus highlighting the importance of irradiance in blush color development, especially from December up until harvest. A link exists between the time exposed to irradiance and mealiness incidence. Ripening and firmness proved to be crucial in mealiness expression, highlighting the need to include ripening time intervals rather than a snapshot at one ripening time. Irrespective of preventative techniques used, mealiness still occurred. Thus, my recommendation would be that the industry continues with a prescribed mandatory cold storage period of 12 weeks at minus 0.5 degrees Celsius, or alternatively using 1 MCP to ensure firm and juicy pears. I would like to thank the following people for their guidance and assistance, as well as our funders who made this project possible. Lastly, I would like to introduce you to our team: the study leader, the postdoc, the student, and the pair. Thank you for your time and have a lovely day.